Narito na ang kwentuhan tungkol sa bahay, negosyo at iba pa. Kasama ang inyong singing realtor, Jen Co.
Hi, good evening guys. It's Thursday once again and I'm very, very excited tonight because we have our one and only Honorable Consul General Adel Cruz, or better known as ConGen Adel Cruz. ConGen, thank you very much po talaga. I cannot express my gratitude po at pinaunlakan niyo po kami. I know you're very busy. You even have a visitor, pero sabi ko nga, I'm just gonna take a little bit of your time and thank you very much for accommodating us because we have a lot of questions nga ng mga kababayan natin. So, we'll just say hello to our listeners who are heard all over the world actually.
Yes, yeah. Jen, well, una, thank you very much for inviting me. I know that, we're living in very different times right now, and I'm very honored to be here with you. At kasama natin ang ating mga kababayan. So, it's going to be a freewheeling topic. I hope I can help in any way in sharing what the consulate has been doing during this COVID-19 pandemic.
ConGen, if I'm not mistaken, we're still closed, right? Our consulate office in Los Angeles is still closed?
Yes, we are, because right now we're still under shutdown. And everybody knows we are still practicing the social distancing, right? So everybody will have to be 6 feet apart. Now, for those who've been at the consulate, you can imagine that would be very, very difficult to do because our social hall can only accommodate up to 70 people. And if we apply that 6 feet rule, we may have to drastically lower the number of people that we will be able to accommodate. No, right now I am in coordination with our Consul General in San Francisco because ang gusto namin ay both consulates in the West Coast will open at the same time. We are also closely monitoring the advisories of Mayor Eric Garcetti. Of course, we need to follow his procedures, just to ensure the safety of all our stakeholders and kababayans visiting the consulate. We are hoping, and hindi pa ito sigurado, we are hoping to open sometime June.
Wow.
That's what I would like to do. But again, it will all depend on the number of cases in the city and in coordination again with our Philippine Consulate in San Francisco.
Yeah. So, ConGen, paano po mangyayari po dun sa mga, are we allowed to go home even in the Philippines right now? Ano po ba ang regulation natin right now? Can we go home?
Okay. Right now, ang pinapayagan lang, the only people we admit to the Philippines are Filipino citizens, and this would also apply to those who are dual citizens. And their spouses or children, as long as they show proof that they are really married. We are not accepting U.S. citizens. So for those of you who were former Filipinos who became U.S. citizens and have not applied for dual citizenship, unfortunately, you will not be allowed entry into the Philippines.
Talagang no exemption po talaga,
no? No exemptions, that's correct.
Wow.
That's correct.
So now people will realize how important it is na maging dual citizen.
Yes, and maybe later, if I can be given an opportunity, I'd just like to share with everyone. There's really nothing to lose and everything to gain if you obtain or reacquire.
Might as well you can tell now, ConGen, kung ano ba ang benefit ng dual citizenship while we're on the topic anyway.
All right. Now, I would like to dispel the rumors that made double taxation. A lot of people came to me and were asking, kung magdo-dual citizen po ako, baka double taxation din. That is very, very wrong. Okay? Now, you will only be taxed for any income generated in the Philippines if you're dual citizen. So this means, kung kayo po ay magtatayo ng negosyo, that is the only time you will pay taxes. Hindi po gagalawin ng Philippine government ang inyong pera dito. We will not touch your savings. We will not touch your 401k. We will not touch your income at all. So there's no such thing as double taxation. Number two, when you reacquire your Filipino citizenship, all your rights and privileges as a Filipino will revert back to you. And the most important right for me, is your right to suffrage, which means you can now participate in every Philippine election, national elections.
Yeah, I did that already.
That's right. Yes, that's right. Now, the only thing that you cannot do is run for public office.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, Jen, hindi ka pwedeng tumakbong congresswoman sa Pilipinas.
One thing, mabagal din po ako tumakbo eh. Kaya hindi ako pwedeng tumakbo. Kaya nga ghost lang tayo, di ba? Nakasakay
yeah, that's right. Oh, and another important thing, if you are a dual citizen, okay, wala nang limit sa size ng property that you can own in the Philippines. So if you're going to buy a property in the Philippines, then there's no limit if you're a dual citizen. And then you can stay as long as you want. Kapag dual citizen ka, kasi alam naman natin na kung ikaw ay former Filipino, when you return to the Philippines at ikaw ay US citizen lamang, you can avail of the balikbayan visa privilege, and this will only allow you to stay up to a maximum of 1 year.
Up to 1 year lang talaga.
Right, using the balikbayan visa privilege. Now, if you are a dual citizen, you can stay as long as you want. Okay. And before I continue, I'd like to acknowledge also the participation of my colleague, Ms. Judeline Quaresma. He is also joining us right now. Yes, Ms. Judeline Quaresma is our Assistant to Nationals Officer. So she is in the forefront of extending assistance to our kababayans in distress here in the states under our jurisdiction.
Hello po, madam. Ba't hindi po namin kayo nakikita? We need to see you. You can join us po. Since you're there po pala.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would really encourage our kababayans, please avail of this privilege. Reacquire your Filipino citizenship. And I promise you, you will not regret it.
Okay. ConGen, ano po ba ang process? Gaano kahirap o kadali para mag-avail? I know how easy it is because I already did convert at kinuha ko na ulit yung dual citizenship ko. But for our listeners that doesn't know, gaano po kabilis para makakuha ng dual citizenship po natin?
Okay. Napakadali po if you have all the requirements. All right. Now, all the requirements are listed in our website. Anybody can Google the Philippine Consulate General, Los Angeles. It will bring you to our website. Nandun po ang mga requirements. But the essential requirements, if you want to be a dual citizen, is number one, you need to submit an authenticated birth certificate from the Philippine Statistics Authority. Yung mga lumang birth certificate po ninyo, yung galing sa ospital o galing sa local civil registrar, minsan po kasi walang number yon. We need an authenticated birth certificate issued by the Philippine Statistics Authority. Now, kung sakali, maraming nagtatanong, nandito ako sa Amerika, wala na akong kamag-anak.
Yes.
Paano ko kukuha ng PSA certificate? Now, you can go and visit the website of the Philippine Statistics Authority. You can order online, and within less than a month, darating po dito sa Amerika, sa inyong bahay, ang inyong authenticated birth certificate. Ayan.
Wow, ganun po. Paano ConGen kung talagang walang-wala? Hindi po ba pwede yung old passport po natin?
Hindi pa pwedeng old passport lamang. We need to find a way. Now, marami ring mga kababayan dito, lalong-lalo na those who were born before the war. Maraming records na nasira. All right? Now, we have specific alternative documents that you can show in support of a loss of your authenticated birth certificate. But you will still need a certificate from census saying that the records of birth when you were born were either destroyed by the war, or hindi makita, but we still need a certificate. It will be printed in a security paper.
I see.
And
so
then, and then pwede nyong silipin sa aming website what are the other alternative documents that you can submit para pwede mong isumite or submit it to the consulate. Now, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and we are going to lessen considerably the number of passport applicants, those applying for dual citizenship, those applying for notarials, we will now implement a strictly by appointment system. Okay, we're now finalizing the parameters on how to run the consulate during this COVID-19 pandemic. But it will be strictly by appointment. What I can assure you is, if you have all the documents with you, kompleto po kayo, and then you arrive and you come on time on the day itself, all right? In less than 2 hours, you're going to take your oath.
Wow, mas mabilis.
That same day. Yeah, that
Mas
same day.
Ngayon.
No? And then, maraming nagtatanong, magkano? Ayan.
Yes.
Okay? Magkano? Napakamura lang po. Parang kumain lang po kayo sa Jollibee. It's $50.
Wow, yeah.
All right? It's
$50. Hindi po nagtaas, ha?
No.
Taas.
No, hindi.
I got my dual citizenship, I think, 7 years ago. Mga ganun pa rin po eh. $50 din po. Wow.
Napakamura. And ang isang ipapakiusap ko lamang sa ating mga kababayan, one very personal request that I'd like to make. When you are going to the consulate and you want to reacquire your Filipino citizenship, I hope naman you are dressed for the occasion.
Yeah.
Kasi po, merong pumupunta, naka-shorts, naka-spaghetti strap, naka-chinelas, no? Nung sila ay nag-American citizen, abay, kung todo naka-Americana, naka-suit.
Just a respect.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Oo. So, wag po sila magagalit kung sila ay pupunta sa consulate, naka-chinelas, naka-shorts, ay hindi po namin kayo pwedeng bigyan ng oath. No, please dress appropriately naman.
Tama naman po. That's just fair. Fair lang naman po.
So that's it. It's very easy.
Very easy. So same day, if they have all the requirements, just go to the Philippine Consulate, la.org, and they see everything done. I actually went in. You guys revised the website. Ang daling i-maneuver. I mean, once you go there, you see the passport, dual citizenship, overseas voting, visa, everything is there. Notary, just click it,
There's one thing that I'm really proud of are my colleagues at the consulate. Now, we all work together as a team, and they made sure that it was user-friendly.
Oo nga po, kasi hindi, like me, alam niyo naman, di ako techie. Pero nung nakita ko, sabi ko, wow, this is very nice. It's very clean. It's very easy. You just click where you, and then, lahat na nandoon. I even saw some stuff na hindi ko akalaing nandoon. Visa link, you have all the outreach then, which is now meron din yung mga
meron akong pwedeng i-plug. Yes, I would recommend our kababayans to please visit our consulate regularly, kahit man lang once a week. Kasi we issue advisories. Advisories sa website namin covering the pandemic, not just here in LA, but under the states, in the states under our jurisdiction and in the Philippines as well. So, pag tinignan ninyo at binasa ninyo ang aming website, everything's there about what's happening in the Philippines, what we need to do. So, you are well informed. Believe it or not, since the start of the pandemic, we have issued 35 advisories na ata eh. No? We keep updating. So, kapag may ni-report ang ating governor, si Governor Newsom, pag may ni-report si Mayor Garcetti, pag may ni-report si Secretary Duque from the Philippines, pag may sinabi si Presidente, everything is reported in our advisory at the consulate.
Actually, tinatanong may mga viewers tayo again, they're asking, and one of them is the question natin back. Ask again for Tita Josie Harrison's information that Tita Josie is asking how long can we stay in the Philippines if we're dual? Which sabihin nyo na lang po again, ConGen, kung ano po ang
So, if you're a dual citizen, that means you're also a Filipino. Yes. You can stay there as long as you want. You can stay there 10, 15, 20 years if you want. Kasi you're a Filipino.
Josie, we can go home and stay there for a long time. Tita Josie is the mother of Jokoy.
Oh, I see. Yes. Magandang gabi po. And thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes. Yan. So, ConGen, isa pang laging nakukuha kong question, if, for example, I want to retire in the Philippines na, I mean, for good. Right. You know, I want to go home to the Philippines, of course. Iba pa rin yung buhay natin sa Philippines. Masaya pa rin. For me, talagang from the very beginning, I already set my mind na uuwi ako. So what do I need to do? Marami po akong naririnig na may libreng, we can bring our stuff there for free or less fee. Ano po ba ang mga benefits na pwede nating ma-avail?
All right, I'm very happy that you requested or you asked that question. Meron po tayong tinatawag nating SRRV, no? Special Retirees Residence Visa. Okay? Now, this will allow you to bring personal items back home, including a vehicle.
Wow, ilang kotse po?
Isa lang. Isa lang naman. Hindi naman pwedeng... Hindi naman pwedeng buwan-buwan ay mag-uwi kayo ng kotse. No? Hindi naman pwede yan. Now, there are limits, of course, and there is a formula that is computed. Kasi it will depend on when the car was made. It will depend on the value of the vehicle. It will depend primarily on the KBB, the Kelly's Blue Book value. All right? And I will send you the link later.
Thank you.
On how to compute for the value of a vehicle kung kayo ay mag-uwi sa Pilipinas.
Okay. So, paano po yun? Are we gonna get tax on everything? For example, I want to bring a container with all my personal belongings po. Paano po ang sistema na? Do we have to get a permit from the consular office?
It will be there will be a documentation that you will submit. It will be submitted to the Bureau of Customs, no?
Okay.
And then after that, ililista yan isa-isa. Okay? Now, hindi naman kayo pwede mag-uwi sa isang container, hindi naman kayo pwede mag-uwi ng 20 TV.
Yes.
So, it has to be for personal use.
Opo. So, 5 kwarto ng bahay, 5 TV pwede?
Pwede. Oo. 6 kasi may living room pa, di ba?
Oh, living room. O 6.
Ayan. Oo. And then there are also certain materials na bawal na hindi pwedeng iuwi, no? And everything is listed. I will also send you the link.
Great. Oh, thank you.
I'll send you the link.
But how about the fee? The fee. Mayroon po ba tayong special fee or discount for tax or shipping?
Very nominal, right? And pati sa shipping, I can send you also a list of people who makakababayan natin ito, ha? Who can give you very, very good rates sa pagbayad ng container going back to the Philippines.
Oh, wow. Nako, thank you very much. Wow, matutuwa na yung mga nag-send sa atin ng ng mga ng question na yan. Also, ConGen, if we retire in the Philippines, of course, meron tayong Social Security. Can we get our Social Security directly to the Philippines?
Yes, I am happy to report to everyone po, no? Right now, we have a permanent Social Security SSS representative in our consulate here in LA.
Oh, wow.
Meron na.
That will answer all our questions.
Yes.
Wow,
so good. I recommend for those who will go to the consulate for any other business, let's say, magre-renew kayo ng passport, magpapanotaryo kayo, magdudual citizen kayo, nandun na po ang ating SSS representative. Talk to her, ask her for guidance, and right there and then, she can help you.
Wow, ang galing naman po. Yeah. No, kasi marami nagsasabi, mawawala daw po yung Social Security.
No. Hindi po totoo yan. Hindi totoo yan. In fact, our new SSS representative, her name is Miss Lee De Leon. Ang kwento niya, Lee De Leon. Ang kwento niya is, there was a kababayan, no? US citizen na siya. You're not even, even if you're not a dual citizen, even if you're already a US citizen, you can claim your SSS benefits.
Oh, wow.
Okay? You're right. So, there was this guy, kababayan natin, hindi ko na po sasabihin kung sino, dahil ilang taon na po siya nakapag-contribute, no? And he migrated to the United States. Nakalimutan po niya, no, sa tagal ng kanyang naipundar o nai-contribute sa SSS, no? And then nakausap po ng ating representative. Believe it or not, 1 million pesos.
Oh, wow.
Ang nakuha niyang benefit.
Wow, that's great. So we can bring our Social Security
to the consulate
from here to the Philippines.
Ay, no, I'm sorry. Ito yung SSS nyo sa Pilipinas.
Ay, Pinas. No, how about pag nag-retire po ako? So I've been working in the US for so long, so I have a social check. Makukuha ko po ba yun sa Philippines?
Well, I believe you may have it directly deposited in the bank here and then withdraw it there.
So ganun po. Pero okay naman.
Yes, walang problema yun. Oo. Meron tayong Philippine National Bank dito.
Yes.
Right? So you could have everything there deposited, no? And then you go back to the Philippines, you can access your dollar account. May ATM card ka pa.
So so everything talaga is possible. I mean, we can because yun ang kinakatakot nila na they work so hard here. Pero of course, they want to bring it home para pag-retire, medyo mas maayos po.
Yes, oo.
So, ConGen, isa pang mga tanong nila ngayon, because alam naman natin, it's so sad that we have some kababayan na perish because of this COVID. Paano po nila gagawin? Paano nila iuuwi yung family members nila?
Okay, sige. Before I answer that, may I share with you the number of our SSS representative?
Yes po.
Sige.
Miss Lian De Leon. Okay po.
Miss Lian De Leon, napakabait, napakasipag, and napakamatulungin. Her number is 213 432 7402. And then the email is one word, Los Angeles at sss.gov.ph. So, uulitin ko po ito, no? I just want to clarify. These are the contributions that you made to the Philippine Social Security system when you were still working in the Philippines and before you migrated to the United States.
So they can get it here?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow. That's
right there and then, malalaman. Bigay mo yung pangalan mo, matitrace kung magkano yung contribution mo, magkano benefits mo, magkano makukuha mo.
Wow.
That's right. Oo.
That's amazing. Naku, thank you very much po doon. So, okay, balik po tayo dun sa paano po yung mga kababayan natin na, of course, they're sad, they want to bring home their family. Ano po ba ang proseso? Can they bring home their family, to rest there sa bahay?
Yes, of course. Yung mga kababayan natin na may kamag-anak na sumakabilang buhay and they would like to bring them home. Tama? Okay. Now, there are two ways that you can bring home the remains of your loved ones. No? One, of course, is if they are cremated.
Opo.
And then, iuwi nyo yung cremains. Alright? In an urn. The second thing is to bring the body home.
Opo.
No, kasi may mga kababayan tayo, most of their relatives are in the Philippines, gusto nila na magkaroon ng lamay sa Pilipinas bago ilibing.
Opo.
So, you can bring your loved ones, departed loved ones, whether as cremated remains or the body itself. Now, the requirements, procedures are also in our website.
Okay,
but what I would like to share also with you is kung ano yung mortuary na nag-cremate or yung mortuary na nag-embalm doon sa kamag-anak, no? They will play a very big role in facilitating and supplying the necessary documentation that we will notarize, no? para maiuwi yung bangkay sa Pilipinas or maiuwi yung urn. Now, of course, nandun yung death certificate, ayusin ng mortuary yan, and then one of the essential requirements is a certificate that says that the person did not die of any communicable disease.
Nako, paano po sa situation natin ngayon na COVID?
Well, kung cremated remains, pwede.
I see. So pag hindi po, pag communicably kung nakakahawa po yung kinamatay ng loved ones, then more likely mahihirapan pong iuwi ng buo.
Yes, unfortunately. Oo. Well, as you know, I think that is a practice being undertaken by every country,
every country
in the world, no? Oo. That's right. Oo.
Hindi lang sa atin. Yeah.
That's
for
right.
Everybody rin. Can you imagine
right.
if you're the other party na ito pa. I mean, I know the answer, but I want our listener to hear it from you guys, from you, ConGen. Kasi syempre, yung karapat dapat magsabi ng tamang sagot. May mga kakilala, syempre mga Pilipino, earn naman na, abo na yung nanay ko. I'll just put it on the maleta, on the check-in luggage. I think makakalusot. I mean, what are the consequences is if there's any, or, I mean, paano po ba yun? Yung mga kababayan natin na they think it's okay.
Awa ng Diyos, wala pa kaming nababalitaan na nagkaroon ng problema because lahat naman nakausap namin, they followed procedure.
Mm-hmm.
So, may mga tao na nagsubok, nagbalak, but we gave them due warning naman. No? We don't have any authority to say na pag nahuli ka, hindi papayagan. You know, it's not for us to say because it's the Philippine authorities who will decide what kind of penalty will be imposed. But ang sa akin lang naman, nandiyan naman ang mga batas, malinaw, bakit naman lulusot-lusot pa? Di ba? Parang respeto na lang ba? No, hindi mahal. Hindi mahal. Definitely hindi mahal. No? Kasi it's documentation. The documentation is only $25.
Oh, wow. So, mga kababayan, naririnig nyo yan. It's only $25 para maayos natin.
Sa consulate, that's right. Oo. And what I can, ang aking ex-girlfriend, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat.
Hello. Miss Universe First Lady.
Anyway, so, as you said, respeto na lang sa ating mahal sa buhay, no? Namatay na't lahat
Huwag naman natin sa sardinas o sa spam.
Oo.
I'm sorry, diba? Medyo nagjo-joke lang para medyo nakakatuwa. Pero kung iisipin mo, di ba, para bang, na lang, di ba, respeto nga. Kasi ang dami ko talaga narinig, ConGen.
$25 lang, hindi naman yan.
Sabi ko, bakit isasama sa Sabi ko, baka mamay mabagsak palalo yan. Or,
that's right.
Kung pa mangyari dyan.
That's right.
Dapat ba to? Oh my goodness. Okay, so mga kababayan, please don't do it. It's so inexpensive na $25 and then kapag kumpleto naman yung paperwork nyo, it's so easy. You know?
Konsensya na lang, di ba? Konsensya na lang.
Tignan natin kung nagsa-safeguard pa. Di natin alam. So, ConGen, isa pa pong tanong nila, ano pa ba yung nila? Yung Department of Foreign Affairs po ba natin sa Philippines, bukas na, hindi pa rin po,
Actually, magbubukas sila. But ganoon din, everything by appointment.
Everything by... Do you have any, ConGen, kung kailan po ang nila, target date po nila ng pagbubukas?
All right, let me check. There was an announcement made starting itong May 2020. No? Magbubukas na sila. And let's see. Okay. Now, hindi lang ang head office, okay? We have what we call regional consular offices, RCOs, all over the country. All right? Yes. May I send you the link?
Yes po, ConGen.
Okay, isi-share ko. I'm sending it to you right now.
And we're gonna, mga kababayan, we might not be able to show you right now, but we're gonna post it on our PHLB radio website.
Right.
And you can avail it 24/7. You know,
there
some
you go.
information. Yes. So
I've sent it out. Okay na rin. But ganun din, they will definitely do it only by appointment.
Only by appointment. And very limited po, ano, syempre.
Yes, that's right. Oo. Alam nyo, para kaming DMV eh. Diba? Sa consulate. Now, at any given time, may pupunta, minsan Monday, Friday, out of state, walang appointment, no?
I know.
And then, it's so sad kasi yung mga nag-appointment naman ay pumunta, pumila, no? And minsan magpipilit sila, punong-puno na yung consulate social hall namin. Minsan, our attention is being called, no? Yeah. By the fire marshal. Kasi fire hazard, punong-puno. Yeah, oo.
And then, sometimes they don't understand na, you know, alam natin na they came from out of state, but syempre, yun nga, may proseso tayo eh.
That's right.
May proseso tayo. And yeah, so...
Ito nga ipapakiusap ko, alam ko tayo naman, no, ang lahi natin, ang kultura natin, lalo na kung out of state, dadalhin yung asawa, 3 anak, yung nanay, and then, kasi dadalaw sa consulate, after the consulate, pupuntang Disneyland. So, kung kasama mo ang buong pamilya mo, kung 6 kayong lahat, and isasama nyo sa loob ng konsulado, no, paano naman yung 5 tao na may appointment na hindi makakapasok kasi punong-puno na. So, we only recommend that kung sino yung may business at the consulate, siya lang sana ang papasok. Now, for our kababayans who are very old, naka-wheelchair, no, yung tinatawag nating differently abled people, we can allow 1 person to accompany and assist.
Yes po.
Ayan.
Yeah. Awa ng Diyos naman po, kasi the last time na nagpunta rin po ako, no, ayos naman po sila, sumunod naman po. Yun nga, yung iba nagreklamo dahil hindi raw, makapasok. And actually, I even made a joke. Sabi ko, marami pong restaurant sa paligid nito. You can just wait there, you know, kasi nga masyado ng puno po eh, no?
That's
masyado.
Right. So, and again, we are renting in a building, so we have to religiously follow the limits of the number of people that we can accommodate. Yeah.
ConGen, ano po itong samahan natin ng PWC, Filipino Workers Center?
Yes.
You know, ano po yun?
Okay. I'd like to share po with our kababayans. We have the PWC. So yung mga hindi pa nakakaalam, it's called the Filipino Workers Center. They are a non-governmental organization. Karamihan po ng mga opisyal doon ay ating mga kababayan, and they help our kababayans in distress. Okay? So, for the past 2 months, yung mga kababayan po natin na nawalan ng trabaho, na kahit pambili po ng pagkain, wala. No? They have been reaching out to the good hearts of our Filipino-American community, and they've been sending food packs, no, sa ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na sa mga nakakatanda, yung mga hindi na makalabas. Alam naman po natin na meron tayong mga kababayan who are working in the healthcare industry, and they are here alone. Yung mga kamag-anak nila yung nasa Pilipinas. They're sharing rooms in a house, no? And naging COVID positive. No?
Yes.
So, paano yan? How will you isolate yourself if you're living with 6 or 7 other people in the same house? We even had a kababayan who, out of desperation, nagtayo ng tent sa garden ng bahay na kanyang inuupahan kasi he wanted to isolate himself. The Filipino Workers Center was able to help and assist. Now, we are closely working with the Filipino Workers Center in identifying, reaching out, and extending whatever assistance we can give, no, sa ating mga kababayan.
Yun talaga nangangailangan, of course.
That's right. That's right. Oo.
And hindi lang because of the COVID, any distress, anything.
Anytime, even before the COVID pandemic happened, kami tumutulong, nakikipag-ugnayan sa kanila, and marami na po tayo natulungan. Hindi lamang po kasi pinagmamalaki ng PWC kung ano ang kanilang ginagawa at kung ilan na po ang kanilang natulungan, but believe me, they have made a profound impact on the lives of our less fortunate kababayans po dito sa Southern California. No?
So they are located there in Southern California.
Yes, but they can also reach out to people out of state. No, yes, they have networks that they have. So I already sent you the link, diba?
Yes. Actually, we're showing it in our website.
That's wonderful. Yeah, okay. And I'd like to also say, Filipino Worker Center was a presidential awardee, no, for all the assistance that they were able to render to Filipinos overseas. No, they were recognized and acknowledged by the President of the Philippines for what they have done for our kababayans.
Wow, ang galing naman, and they're fairly new.
Yes. So makikita po ninyo ang yung bukal sa kalooban talaga nila na tumulong. And for those who feel that, let's say, kayo ay nagtatrabaho dito and you feel na, teka muna, hindi ata tama ang sweldo, hindi tama ang oras ng pahinga ko, hindi ako binabayaran ng overtime, no, labor-related issues, you can bring it up with us. You can also bring it up with the PWC.
Nako, baka may magalit sa akin dito sa tanong to, which I actually know the answer already to. But just to clarify, because we have a lot of kababayans na syempre nagbabakasakali rin dito, same as other countries. Let's say they are undocumented worker. Sabi nga nila, under the table, do they have the right? Do they have a right to complain?
Yes. Okay. Nagkaroon po ng MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, between the Philippine Consulate General and the Wage and Hourly Board of the Department of Labor. Okay? Now, maliwanag na maliwanag po ito. May papel man kayo o wala, tutulungan kayo.
Pag hindi tama ang
sweldo na binibigay sa inyo.
Yes, unfortunately, we hear a lot of cases like that. They're being held, against their will pa, iba-blackmail sila, they're gonna...
That's right. Papa-deport, susumbong sa ICE. Okay. Yes. Bless you. Now, so this is what we need to do. Kung may mga problema silang ganyan, please send us an email. The email of the consulate is one word, Los Angeles PC. That's Philippine Consulate. Los Angeles PC at AOL.com.
At AOL.com.
All right. Now, mahalaga na maikwento nila ng maayos, ng detalyado, para mapag-aralan namin ng mabuti so we could understand and study. And of course, we need to practice due diligence. And then we will coordinate with either the PWC or the Wage and Hourly Board of the Department of Labor to ensure that your right to earn and your right to receive the correct salary is respected.
Okay. Well, of course, ang kinakatakot nila, since they are undocumented, then pag nagsumbong sila, they're automatically gonna get deported.
Not necessarily. No.
So depende po talaga, case-by-case basis.
Yes, that's right. Alam nyo, and this is a fact, no? Meron tayong mga kababayan, they work here, hindi tama ang sweldo nila for many, many years, and then for one reason or another, umuwi na lang sila sa Pilipinas Pero bago sila umuwi, nakapag-file sila ng kaso, kahit nasa Pilipinas ka na, hahabulin pa rin ng employer. Pag nakuha ang pera, ipapadala sa'yo sa Pilipinas.
Wow, that's nice to know. That is nice to know.
Now, the reason is, hindi porke umalis na yung Pilipino, yung inabuso, makakapag-abuso uli yung employer. Kaya hahabulin talaga yan ng Department of Labor. No? Tuturuan ng leksyon. And you will get what is due to you.
That's nice. That's good. I mean, yeah, lahat naman ng tao, all they want is to help their family back home. That's why nakikita sa padanan. And
huwag naman silang matakot sa konsulado. Hindi kami nagsusumbong. Okay? Kung wala kayong papel, lalo kaming dapat tumulong sa inyo. Lalo kayong dapat tutukan ng konsulado. No? We are the arm of the Philippine government outside the country. So, alam natin na ang mga kababayan natin dito who are immigrants, who were blessed, no, naging marangya ang buhay, kasama ka na doon. Siyempre, maayos ang papel, no? Pero may mga kababayan naman din tayo dito, no? And I respect their decision. Kung sila man ay napunta dito dahil sa patinding pangangailangan para masuportahan lamang kanilang mga mahal sa buhay sa Pilipinas, I understand that. But reach out to us. We are here to help you.
Yeah.
Okay? Huwag po kayo matakot.
Yeah, kaya sa inyo pa, ConGen, my God, naiinit na nga yata kayo, sabi nyo, di ba? Gusto nyo bumalik sa ibang country dahil mas busy doon.
Basta't kami nandito para tumulong.
Oo, yes.
Huwag lang problema sa puso, ha?
Huwag sa puso, tsaka sa pera.
Yeah.
Huwag sa puso.
Speaking of pera, alam nyo, before the pandemic started, no, and everybody knows this naman, no, ang ating gobyerno ay talagang nagbigay ng tulong pinansyal sa ating mga kababayan back home in the Philippines. Yung nawalan ng trabaho, no? Marami talagang nailabas na pondo para makapagbigay ng pagkain sa kanila. But even before the pandemic started, if we have a kababayan dito na undocumented and destitute, no, minalas, at gusto na umuwi, as long as we can document kung ano talaga ang nangyari sa'yo, no? May mga napauwi na kami dito, ang gobyerno ang nagbayad ng kanilang ticket pa uwi.
Wow, that's nice. I mean,
right?
That's really nice. Teka, meron pa po tayong mga question rito. Naku, ConGen, sabi ko sa inyo, konting oras lang ako po.
No problem. No problem.
I'm so sorry.
It's
Talaga
okay.
ba? Let's see. May question dito na listening dual. Okay, we answered the dual citizen. It's so easy. $50 lang po. But right now we are not open yet.
Right.
Let's see. Retirees sa Philippines, may veterans clinic ba? Tita Josie is also asking, if you retire sa Philippines, may veterans clinic ba?
Veterans clinic?
Tita Josie, I'm not quite sure if you're asking kung may veterans clinic for Americans. Hindi ko alam. I know we have a lot of may veterans hospital and clinics tayo sa Philippines, pero yun yung kagaya nung...
If they're World War II vets?
World War II vets. Tita Josie, yeah, I'll call you and ask you the specific and then we'll ask ConGen, no, kahit na ano na tayo.
Ganito na lang. Kung gusto niya, she can send us an email detailing the issues and concerns.
So anybody can send an email.
Oh, yes, please.
So ano man ang tanong nila? Yes, okay. Ano
and yung Los Angeles PC?
PC?
Yes, Papa Charlie.
Oh, Papa Charlie.
PC.
Okay.
Which is actually Los Angeles PC, Philippine Consulate yun eh. Los Angeles PC at AOL.com.
At AOL.com.
Right.
We'll put that on our website too.
Yes,
so anybody,
please.
Guys, yung mga nagtatanong sa atin sa page LV, there's quite a lot. So hindi natin mabasa lahat. And we're gonna answer that, or we'll give you the email address, and you can ask any question under the sun, and they're gonna try to answer all your questions
Right.
Yes. ConGen. And the last one is, I know yung the red ribbon na tinatawag natin.
Oh, yes. All right.
Wala na.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yes, I just
So sometime July last year, we already stopped issuing red ribbons. Okay. A lot of people kasi para lang maliwanag, para lang madaling sabihin, oh, pa-red ribbon ka sa consulate. Okay. So what that basically means is you go to the consulate and have a document authenticated.
Okay.
All right. And then lalagyan yan ng gold seal and red ribbon.
I see.
Ayan. Kaya tawag nila red ribbon.
Yeah, I definitely.
So we stopped doing that. We stopped putting the red ribbon already. We only now put the gold seal. But I would like to further clarify that we no longer authenticate documents.
Oh, okay. So
and it will be, there's an easier procedure. Okay? Dati po kasi, we had a list of accredited notaries public. No? Wala na ngayon yan. Now, please bear in mind that if you need a document to be authenticated here in the US and sent to the Philippines para gamitin doon, all right? You can have that document with you. Ipanotaryo po ninyo kahit kaninong notary public sa inyong state. All right?
So anybody?
Any notary public.
And they will honor it in the Philippines.
Step one. Step one yun.
Step one. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Step one. And then step two, pag nanotaryo na yung dokumento na yun, you go to the office of the Secretary of State. So you're going, for our kababayans in Vegas, they will go to the office of the Secretary of State of Nevada, right?
Okay.
Dito sa Southern California, obviously, sa Office of the Secretary of State of California. Now, ano ang gagawin nyo ngayon? Hihingi kayo ng tinatawag nating apostille certificate.
Ayun. Nako, Kuya Yo, nabanggit na ni ConGen. I was asking actually our president ng PHLB Radio, Kuya Yo, paano ko ba tatanungin kay ConGen to apostille?
Yes, apostille.
Yeah, countries and territories where Philippine apostille
recognized. Apostille, right. So, hindi na kayo kinakailangan pumunta sa consulate, bumiyahe sa konsulado. You need to have that document notarized by any notary public and then bring it to the office of the Secretary of State para madagdagan ng tinatawag nating apostille certificate. Now, there are notaries public in the different states who will do it for you for a fee. Okay? Wala na kami doon. Okay? Yeah. You can do it yourself, or if you're very busy, the notary public can do it for you. It's just to get an apostille certificate. Pag nalagyan ng apostille certificate yon, pwede na po ninyong ipadala sa Philippines. It will be legal and binding.
Yes. Yeah, actually, we are showing it right now, the authentication of public documents, kung paano kadali. And then we already, we're also going to be putting the list of countries that accept.
Yes.
Because not all countries accept.
Yes. But kumbaga, ano na tayo, we upgraded, no? And then we actually joined the Apostille Convention already. So it's actually going to be very convenient for our kababayans.
I know. I mean, it sounds really easy now.
Yes.
You know, I mean, even the notary public can do it for them.
That's right. That's right. Now, for other documentation, such as a special power of attorney, that we still do. Okay, we still do that.
We still do po sa consulate. Yes. But do we have to go to the consulate for that?
Well, if it's convenient, yes. If it's convenient, it's very convenient naman. Kung nadaan kayo, you already have a schedule, and you have a document that you need to be acknowledged, no? So we call that naman acknowledgement kasi humarap yung tao sa consulate. So we acknowledged the signature of the person who personally appeared at the consulate. Ganun din, may gold seal pero wala ng red ribbon.
Wala na tong red. So yung red ribbon, kumbaga, aesthetic lang. Pinakyut lang yung certificate natin.
Well, oo. So, kumbaga, nag-upgrade na rin tayo. Nandun na yung gold seal. Diba? Ang importante naman doon, yung pirma ng consul eh.
Exactly. Pirma
diba?
nyo.
Yun, oo. Oh, Jen, before I forget, may I share something also? I hope our listeners can understand, that because of the pandemic, right now we have suspended all consular outreach programs.
Yes po.
So, hindi po kami ngayon mag-i-schedule ng outreach to Arizona, to Nevada, even to San Diego. No, hindi na po pwede. Again, we would like to ask for the understanding of our kababayans kasi imagine if one of us ay maging positive, the whole consulate will close.
Yes.
We will all undergo quarantine. Diba? So,
for their safety rin po naman.
Yes.
For everybody's safety, we just need to understand. And like I said, like you said, everything, any questions they have, they can go email.
Yes, please.
At Los Angeles at AOL.com, and then they can look up at the our website then para sa any questions na meron sila.
Yes, please.
Napakadali na po, ConGen eh. ConGen, I cannot thank you enough for your time, precious time talaga.
You're very, very welcome. So nice to see you again.
I know, ConGen. Napag-open na at safe. Not just open, but everything is open right now. But hindi pa rin ganun ka, I mean, to each its own. Some people, they think it's safe na, at mahirap na, medyo marami akong sakit, baka madali. May mahirap na baka matamaan ako.
Alam nyo, yung sabi nga sa akin ng misis ko, for those who are not following social distancing, para doon po sa mga hindi naniniwala sa COVID-19, para po kayong gumamit ng credit card. Enjoy now, pay later.
Ay, oo nga. Oo nga. Tsaka we are one sickness away for being bankrupt. Nagreklamo tayo. Tayong sweldo, wala tayong kita, pero hirap magkasakit.
Alam naman po ninyo, walang halaga ang buhay ng tao. No? Hindi niyo naman pwedeng bitbitin ng inyong yaman sa hukay.
And plus, nakakaawa naman ng ating mga frontliners na nagsasakripisyo.
That's right.
They don't want to nababombard sila talaga lahat ng virus and everything. And even though they're young and strong, so many virus, nagiging positive pa rin sila. And we lost a lot of nurses and doctors.
Wag naman sana nilang pandirihan ang mga frontliners natin. Biro yung buhay na nila, yung isang pa ay nasa hukay na para lang tumulong sa ibang tao. Tapos pandidirihan pa sila. No?
I know. And some people are so mean.
That's right.
That's not fair. That's not right. ConGen, again, thank you very much. Please.
Maraming salamat. It was my honor. Salamat sa pag-imbita. And finally, gusto ko lang ipaabot sa ating mga kababayan, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, nandito po kami para tumulong sa ating mga kababayan, hindi lamang para sa mga legal, pati po sa mga undocumented, lalong-lalo na sa mga undocumented. Wag po kayo mag-atubiling humingi ng tulong sa amin. Tutulong po kami sa abot ng aming makakaya. If you need to go back home, if you're destitute, call us, mag-uusap tayo, and we'll find a way to bring you home.
Especially po, di ba, yung add ko lang po, yung mga na-abuse. Because sometimes, yung mga asawa, yung mga kababayan natin na physical abuse, and then the citizen will say, I'm gonna send you back home.
Come to us.
Yes.
Come to us.
Because I know they can petition themselves.
Right.
Yes. So,
at may mga mabutihing loob naman tayo mga kaibigang abogado dito na handang tumulong na walang bayad.
Yes.
Ng payo.
Oh, wow. That's very nice. So we have to honor those people too. ConGen, again, thank you very much.
Maraming salamat.
Anybody you want to greet at maririnig kayo. Everybody's saying thank you, ConGen. Thank you, ConGen. I mean, Tita Josie is saying thank you. Christy from there is also, I mean, everybody. We have listeners from Canada that was listening to the thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. There's one thing I'd like to ask everybody listening right now. Again, we're living in a very different world. Please take very good care of yourselves. And wag po natin kalimutan magdasal. No? Makakaraos din po tayo. Just be kind and nice to everyone. And live a very clean, healthy, simple life. Yun lamang. Yes. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat again, ConGen. Thank you very much po. God bless po.
Thank you. Take care. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you
po. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I'm just going to say thank you guys for listening in. And we have so many questions that was put in our website. So I'm going to give you guys again the email address. It's Los Angeles PC, that's Papa Charlie at AOL.com. If you have any questions na kahit anong tanong po regard, para sa ating konsulada, they are there to answer your questions. And, thank you for our listeners. Of course, Kuya Jay, Sis Sharon, Born Famous, Miles, Philip, Doc Philip. Hello po, nanood din si Doc Philip. And Sis Flora, RJ, of course, Tita Josie again, Sis Susan, so many. Thank you guys. Hindi ko na maisa-isa, ang dami. Thank you very, very much. Talagang, kayo sikat kay ConGen, ngayon dumami ng husto ang listener ko because of you, Thank you again, ConGen.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Yes, there you
go. Thank you.
Thank you, ConGen. Thank you very much. So, guys, thank you. See you next week, Thursday. Bye. Take care.
Magbabalik next week ang kwentuhan tungkol sa bahay, negosyo at iba pa. Kasama ang inyong singing realtor, Jen Co. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. on PHLV Radio. Hatid sa inyo ng Berkshire Hathaway Home Services of Nevada.
Do you know your home's value? Are you thinking of selling your home and you're curious what the current estimated value is? Contact Jennifer Genco for a free, no obligation estimate. Jennifer Genco from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services of Nevada. Call 702-444-8958 or visit www.jenniferco.bhhsnv.com. Email jenniferk@bhhsnv.com.
Reeves Immigration Law Group has been representing immigrants for nearly 40 years. Reeves Immigration Law Group has been fighting for its clients through experience and expertise. With immigration lawyers you can access at reasonable fees, even on Saturday. Payment plans are also available. Call us for your immigration solutions. We can do worldwide telephone and Skype consultations. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009. Reeves Immigration Law Group has offices in Los Angeles, San Francisco, China, and Philippines. See us at www.rreeves.com. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009.
Hi, this is Gary V. Listen to a Filipino radio experience right here in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
Your Filipino radio experience is finally here in Las Vegas.
Nandiyan ka na naman. Tinutugso-tugso ang aking puso.
Get the PHLV Radio app from the App Store and Google Play.